Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping into the absolutely incredible world of ancient Sri Lanka. We're talking about a civilization that were total masters of engineering, architecture, and art in ways that honestly still blow my mind. So whether you're studying this for a test or you're just curious, we're going to break it all down for you.
All right, let's just get right to it. Look at this. This is Sigiriya, an ancient rock fortress. And the question is just how? How did they build a whole palace with gardens and fountains on top of a rock that's 200 meters high, over 1,500 years ago? I mean, come on. That's the level of genius we're talking about today.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at how they became absolute masters of water. Then we'll dive into the incredible empire they built. After that, we'll explore their stunning art. And to finish up, we'll see what kind of legacy they left behind.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the foundation for everything they did, water. You literally can't build a great civilization without a reliable water source, and the ancient Sri Lankans were unbelievably brilliant at managing it. This was their first and maybe their greatest masterstroke.
So here was the big challenge they were up against. A huge part of their kingdom was in what's called the dry zone, which means they only got rain for a few months out of the entire year. So the puzzle is, how in the world do you support big cities and farms when your water supply is that unpredictable? Well, their solution was just genius. They didn't just build a few dams here and there. No, they created this massive, interconnected network of thousands of man-made reservoirs. They called them tanks, or wiwa, and some were so huge they were like inland seas, all designed to trap that monsoon rain for the long dry season. So how did they build these tanks so big and make them last for centuries? Okay, if you're taking notes, this is the key term you need to know: the Bisoka Tua. You can think of it like a super advanced valve or a pressure control system. This was their secret weapon. It let them handle the immense force of all that water, which meant they could build dams on a scale nobody else could even dream of. So check out how this amazing piece of tech worked. Water from the reservoir would flow into this inner pit, which was built inside the dam itself. From that pit, they could safely release the water out through a tunnel. By controlling everything from within the structure, they stopped pressure from building up and blowing out the dam wall. It's just so clever. Let's boil it down into 4 simple steps, perfect for your notes. 1. Water goes into an inner chamber inside the dam. 2. Gates inside control how fast that water is released. 3. This brings the pressure way down. And 4. The massive dam holds strong for, well, thousands of years. Simple, effective, and absolutely brilliant. Okay, so with a steady supply of water and food, what do you do next? You get busy building an empire. And the things they built were meant to do one thing: inspire total awe. And the range of what they built is just mind-boggling. On one hand, you have these massive religious monuments, like dagobas or stupas, and these beautiful image houses. But they also built for the community. We're talking palaces, hospitals, assembly halls, and even these stunning ornamental ponds and pools. They were just masters of all of it.
And here is a fantastic example. This is an image house in a city called Polonnaruwa. This wasn't just a building, it was a work of art, designed specifically to house and protect sacred statues of the Buddha. I mean, just look at the craftsmanship.
But here's the thing, it wasn't all about grand designs. A huge part of their genius was in the materials. They perfected the science of making these incredibly high-quality, durable bricks. The whole reason these massive structures are still standing is because every single piece, right down to the humble brick, was made with incredible precision. Okay, so we've seen their engineering and their architecture, but this civilization also had a deep soul, and they were profound artists. Their art was never just for decoration. It was how they expressed their culture and their spiritual beliefs. And their artistic talent was just stunning. I mean, look at the contrast here. On the left, you have the famous Sigiriya frescoes, these delicate, beautiful paintings of what are thought to be celestial women. And then on the right, you have the Sandakapahana, or moonstone, this incredibly intricate stone carving just packed with layers of symbolism. They were masters of both paint and stone. Let's take a closer look at that moonstone, because it's so much more than a pretty pattern. See the different rings of animals? The elephant, the horse, the lion, the bull? They're believed to symbolize birth, old age, disease, and death. It's a journey, showing the Buddhist path through life's challenges toward enlightenment. This is art with a powerful story to tell.
And speaking of powerful stories, look at this, a masterpiece of sculpture. This is the Bodhisattva statue from Dambulla. Just notice that calm expression, the graceful way it's posed. Their artists could take solid rock and carve it into figures that feel so serene, so powerful, and just so alive.
So, after seeing all of this incredible innovation, what's the big takeaway? What is the lasting legacy of ancient Sri Lanka's genius?
All right, if you're studying, this is your summary slide right here. The 3 big things to remember. First, their mastery of water, using sustainable engineering to solve a huge survival problem. Second, their architectural prowess, building these incredible structures for both religion and everyday life. And third, their enduring artistic vision, creating art that was not just beautiful, but deeply, deeply meaningful.
And all of this leaves us with one final big question. We've just seen how an ancient civilization used technology in harmony with nature and how they filled their world with meaning through art. So the question for us right now is this: how can those same ancient principles inspire the way we build our world today?